What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not another damn
podcast.
Presented by our damn selves. We getting it together, episode 151. This is not the first time we are doing this shit. Pulled a Teddy Riley. But before we get started, gotta shout out the lovely Jazz, creator of J-Sculpt.
Hey, girl.
The first fitness belt that covers your entire midsection, provides 100% comfort during your workouts. Get you a J-Sculpt. It'll be summer before you know it. Hey.
Yes.
Wow.
You gotta get the body right. Yeah, even though spring feel like it's halfway over, it feels like,
Yeah, we halfway through April, so there you go.
It's quarantine time keeping us in the house, but
it all starts running together, but we're gonna be all right.
We're gonna be all right.
Let's talk about since like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're doing this over and we're doing it different. We actually have cameras, so we can see each other because we're used to doing a podcast together and we go off of body language and like with audio, you don't have that. So now we kind of got that. Like we can make like dumb faces or like it works now.
Sometimes my face needs to be delivered sometimes.
Yeah. Exactly. But we recorded this for the first time Saturday night, right after that epic fail of a battle between Teddy Riley and Babyface.
Right.
And in the midst of making fun of Teddy Riley, I myself pulled a Teddy Riley. Where I was recording on the wrong microphone. So Naima sounded perfectly clear. Me, not so much. I sounded way off in the background. I tried to fix it. And I had to call the kid again today. I was like, you know what? It's not going to work. We got to do 151 over. So should we call this 151.1 or something like that? I might name it something different.
151, the sequel.
151 Electric Boogaloo. There we go.
Electric Boogaloo.
That's my Breaking 2 fans to get that.
Breaking fans, right? But things happen,
So let's make fun of since we're done making fun of ourselves, let's make fun of Teddy's ass like the whole world is right now. So those that don't know what we're talking about, the versus battles that have been going down on Instagram Live every Saturday night, kicked off originally with Timbaland and Swizz Beatz. They kicked it off, and then just every week has been different ones. You got Lil Jon and T-Pain was a big one. You had Scott Storch and Manny Fresh was huge. Of course, my favorite, RZA versus Primo, like that's what was and that got over 200, close to 300,000 people in there. But then the epic battle we had, Babyface versus Teddy Riley, over 400,000 strong were in there for that.
Yeah, but it didn't do what it was supposed to do because
because of Teddy Riley. Let's call it what it is.
Mr. Teddy was doing too much.
It's all his fault.
He wanted to do Groove Me, Baby, tonight. Doing way too much.
It ain't over, but yes, it is over. It's definitely over, Teddy.
So, like we said, this is supposed to be the epic battle of,
two titans clashing from the same era, both like late 80s, early 90s was their primes.
Two great producers, like some of the most influential producers of the 80s/90s.
Babyface, one of the most prolific songwriters / producers of his time, and then Teddy created a whole genre like New Jack Swing. Teddy created that. That didn't exist till he came along. He created a whole sound for that era.
It's like what they brought you. Like you look at the catalog, like all of Guy's stuff, Blackstreet.
Teddy produced for Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, even
He worked on Michael's Dangerous album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Teddy worked with some heavy hitters.
And then Babyface, Tony Braxton,
fucking
Don B.
Yes,
he brought you some heat. Mm-hmm. Like the whole Boomerang soundtrack.
That entire soundtrack.
Yeah, and then we can't forget about Milestone. Girl, I care about you. We can't forget about that, But Babyface brought some heat, and Teddy brought it. So we were just really anticipating.
So the anticipation was huge. That's why it was over 400,000 people that were in that room, and the who's who was some of everybody stopped by. I know we saw all kinds of celebrities up in there. Like everybody was like anticipating that.
Right. We was ready. We were ready for it. We was like, yeah, we got this. We got this. And then it just didn't go as according to plan because Teddy wanted to put on a whole production.
Real shit.
So he had like a whole band, and it just looked like he was doing a whole production team. Like he had
was not practicing social distancing. He had a room full of motherfuckers.
No, he was not. He was not. And Babyface shaded that too because like Babyface was just in his studio with his keyboard by himself. Yeah. And Babyface was like, I'm by myself. I'm practicing social distancing.
So he didn't say that, but that's how I took it. He said, unlike Teddy's ass, I'm practicing social distancing.
And then when he came out, it was just like what the hell? It was like okay, like when they started the music, like okay, I admit this. I was today years old when I found out that Teddy did the show. I was
y'all know the show.
Yeah.
6 minutes. Dougie Fresh Sharon. Yeah, I didn't know that until that either. And I'm a DJ.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Teddy did that. That must have been his first one because like Teddy had to be a teenager when that came out.
Yeah, I didn't know that at all. Mm-hmm. So, and Khalil just said hi to you.
Yeah, he a photo bomb. We what's the name? Podcast bomb. We call it.
Podcast bomb.
He pod bombed us. That's what
he pod bombed us.
We got a new phrase. We're gonna start. Khalil pod bombed us.
Right. But like I said, I was today years old when I found out that Teddy did do the show, which is one of the most iconic.
One of the songs that got me into hip hop.
Yeah, 6 minutes.
The reason why I'm a DJ to this day, like that's one of the songs. It's like, what is this? Like with the little Inspector Gadget beat, I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, okay.
That's why I say Inspector Gadget is an iconic theme song because it made one of the most
famous hip hop songs of all time. When I do, I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag. What I've been working on, you know what I've been working on.
Oh yeah.
That song is very prominently featured in this project. Yeah, like
yeah.
I might do it live on the IG or on Facebook. I think I'm gonna do that live. I've been waiting to do this for a while. I think we're gonna go live.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Still inside June 1st. I'm going June 1st. We're gonna go live.
Yeah, you definitely have to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but yeah, listening to that. And then when he put it on, it was a lot of echoing. It was a lot of feedback. Mm-hmm. It was just a lot of extra stuff. And we're like, Teddy.
Are you killing me? And then Babyface is just playing the hits. Like, because Babyface's first one was The Deal, 2 occasions. That got all the women moist. Like, they were like, okay. Yeah. Like, I was like, I see Babyface definitely catering to the ladies, like with his song choices.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, how many people are going to get married after they listen to this Babyface? Mm-hmm. And then, like, Teddy, like I said, like, the songs he was picking was good, but then
the second one was Groove Me, yeah, which is one of my favorite, my guy. Like, Groove Me, baby. Amazing joint, but we can't hear it, though. If it sounds like shit, what's the point? It was like echoing and feedback. I was like, fix the sound. Like, I'm like, the songs are dope, but this sound is trash, dude.
And people was like, this is the first time that I've heard this song, and I just did not get hyped up about it because it was just too much going on. Mm. It was just way too much going on.
So then after their third song is when they decide, you know what, let's start this shit over. Like, or let's fix the sound first. They didn't even say start it over yet.
Yeah.
They were like, Teddy, your sound is trash. Let's fix this. And that's when all of us like, thank God, because it is. So I can't listen to this for another hour and a half or however long it's going to go on. Hey, you
right.
Got this right.
Right. They was like, I can't listen to this because it's like
the battles, those versus battles are 20 songs. It's like, right. We're only 3 songs in, so I can't go another 17 songs like this, Teddy. You killing us. Mm-hmm. So that's why they had to fix it.
And then, like, it was like at first, it was like Teddy or his people were not even reading the comments because like people were clearly like, hey, the sound, and like they were just going.
When the first song came on, we were complaining.
Like the sound.
Mm-hmm. Dude, and the sound, I get it because that happened the week before. Like RZA and Primo had some sound problems, but they didn't have shit on what Teddy Riley was doing. Like theirs is like Rizzo was a little off, but he figured it out. Said, you know what? We're gonna go right from the phone. Like fuck all this fancy shit. Once Rizzo went right to the phone, he was fine because like Primo was the one who sounded clear the whole time on theirs. And Rizzo had this weird thing going on. Once he went straight to the phone, it's like okay, like we good now. Like Rizzo figured it out early on. After his second joint, he was like, you know what? Let's go to the phone with it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But Teddy never figured it out.
Yeah, he never figured it out. Mm-hmm. And then when he was going, it was just kind of like it was bad. Like the way it was like echoing, and it was like the way it was going. And then when they went back and fixed it, and then came back, what they allegedly, I guess like what they allegedly had done was fix it, and then the sound wasn't echoing no more. So they fixed that, but then the sound was way down. The volume was way down.
Which is what we sounded like on the podcast we recorded last night. I sounded like Teddy awful. Like that. You were way louder than me, and I could not fix it. No matter what I did, I still sounded like shit. No matter how much I did, I said I sound like because I was on the wrong mic. I'm clearly on the correct mic this time. That's why I keep checking. Yeah, I'm on the right mic. I've checked the input multiple times. We only been on a few minutes, and I've checked this multiple times already.
Can never be too sure. Too sure.
Real shit.
Right? Then the comments, oh my gosh, the comments was what was off the chain. Like the way that people were just going in, just having a field day. Like we said, like it was supposed to be an epic battle for the battle of the producer, the 90s, 80s / 90s producer, but it ended up being a battle of making memes out of him.
Yeah, Teddy, and I posted that right after this. Before we get to that, Mike Love, shout out to the homie Mike Love, but you can't defend this bullshit, Mike. Mike posted last night right after he said, "Wait, Teddy Riley, know y'all at the crib. No, y'all gonna leave the crib. I'm gonna do it in my Mike Love voice. So he want to give y'all a whole show, and y'all mad because he ain't sit in front of the computer and pull up a playlist." Man, this Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube music consumption goal got y'all fucked up. It's the worst Mike Love ever. But come on, I know Mike because he goes on his lives, and Mike, he's real meticulous about his sound. But the vast majority of people doing these live sessions, they put a speaker in front of the phone. That's what they did. What Babyface did, basically. It's a
Bluetooth speaker in front of the phone.
Yeah. Whereas Mike, he likes to hook his actual sound, like the audio feed coming from his laptop into the phone. Like Mike does, like he's not quite Teddy Riley, but he's a lot fancier than what most cats are doing. He feeds his phone directly from his mixer from his mixer into his phone when he does his lives. So
but he knows what the hell he's doing, though. We should have tagged Mike Love. Should have
been part of that shit. Yeah.
We should have tagged Mike Love. Be like, Mike Love, troubleshoot, Mike Love, troubleshoot.
Mike should have been in Teddy's studio because the guys there clearly didn't know what the hell they were doing.
They needed a lifeline for real. They should have called Mike Love for the lifeline.
You know why? Because Mike Love cold as hell. That's what.
Right. But my thing is, it's like you guys went on at 9:00 Eastern time.
Yep.
So at some point in the daytime, you just didn't do a sound check at 2:00.
2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all could have went on any time before 9.
Even 8:00. You just didn't decide to do it. You just went on at 9:00. Like, yeah, we gonna do this at 9:00 live. No check. Just we out here. No. But
I think these have officially jumped the shark now. These verses, I think, is a wrap. Especially for Teddy, because people keep saying that. Because remember, this was rescheduled once before. Because Babyface had coronavirus. He was recovering from that. So that's why this was supposed to happen about 2 weeks ago, and they pushed it back. But that's why they did it. And everybody's saying they need to reschedule again. Like, nah, it's over. Like, it's over. It's a wrap. Like, unlike Groove Me, it is over. Unlike Groove Me Teddy. This shit is because Teddy's a meme now.
No diggity, no doubt.
No doubt, yeah. Like, even if Teddy wins, it's over and shit because, like, nobody's going to take him seriously. Like, Ted, it's over. Like, if you're going to redo it, like, do a Babyface versus somebody else, it's like, because you can't bring Teddy Riley back. Like, it's over.
Then someone's phone rang, like, a couple of times. Like, we heard
right before the shit went off, too. That's right before it ended. When Babyface was over it. Babyface, like, said, you know what? Y'all ninjas got phones ringing now, too. I'm out of here.
Because like the way they had dropped, it was like over 400,000 people in there, and then like when they started having problems, it's like 80,000 people logged off like immediately. Yeah. Like they lost 80,000.
Started plummeting, man. And then like by the time I left, it was like about 200. You lost like 200,000 people at one point. So like you lost like half of your audience just because of tomfoolery. And I got in this Teddy Riley Babyface battle was straight trash. I posted that. I also posted Teddy Riley is officially a meme at this point. This battle should be canceled permanently, like which I just said now. And of course, the memes. The
comments first. The comment section. The comment section.
Let's start with the actual comments first from that actual session.
People was going in. Like, they was going in.
And it got so bad with the comments even after they ended that shit, and D-Nice decided to go back on like and do what he does because he's the one who kicked this all off pretty much.
Right.
DJ and live online is then the comments continue that his shit is like, yeah, they got some music we can actually hear. Like, yes, you're still roasting Teddy in D-Nice's party. That's how bad it was. People came to D-Nice's just to roast Teddy.
Like Lil Duval got in. He was like, "Hey,"
was talking trash.
He was like, "Just plug it into your iPhone or whatever."
Charlamagne was talking shit. Who else? It was I don't know. I forgot. This was like
Angela Rye was on there.
Rye buried him. It got bad. I just can't even think of who all was shitting on him right now. But it was a lot of people.
It got awful. It got really bad. And then my thing is, I was like, by the time, and then like when the tomfoolery was trying to continue, they was trying to be like, "Well, come back in a half hour," and I'm like, at this point, it was already like getting close to 10:30, and I'm like,
First of all, y'all started late.
Right, we know we're older. We don't want to stay up all night.
The versus battle didn't start like 9:15 or 9:20 East Coast time. Like,
right.
So y'all, you're not gonna start over again that late. Like it's like East is like it's 10:30 by the time we're coming back, and there's people from all over the world. Like you saw somebody from Paris, I saw somebody from Africa.
Yeah, because Paris was like it's 3 a.m. over here. It was like
whatever country in Africa, they also said it was like 3 o'clock there. Whatever country that was, they're like it's 3 o'clock. Like we're not coming back for this shit. It's like,
and I'm like, Babyface is older. It was like, he was probably tired. It was past his bedtime. Like by the time
he
was
like, real chill.
You
could tell like Babyface was over it at one point. He was like, "This sucks, man."
Like, because Babyface already has that soft, soothing voice anyway. But then you could just really hear him just like, man, like Babyface was just sitting there just like looking like, okay. Like poke me when y'all ready. Like just poke me. When y'all ready, just poke me and let me know. Like he just was over it. And like Teddy once again was doing too much. But
allegedly, they say that reason the sound problems because Teddy was streaming through his website as well too. That's the rumor I heard, and that's what was causing it. Because and I get you wanting to have the content for your site too, and not just give it all to Instagram. But you should have found a way to mute that that echo chamber shit.
Right.
Sound going to the website, but not coming back into the microphone like going on Instagram. Or you should have found a way to like to send the sound there, like because it was like that's what was causing the echoing and shit.
That feedback, yeah.
You should have figured that out.
It was really bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the echo, like the reverberation. It was like real bad. It was bad. But the memes that came out of it, I'm happy about the memes that came out because
shout out Teddy Riley, he's leaning into him. Like he's posting on his page, like he posted somebody. He's like, here's one of my favorite memes. Like he's getting in on it in the least. You got to make fun of yourself.
You got to make fun of yourself. Mm-hmm. Of course, like the one that never goes wrong. They automatically Photoshop the Jordan, crying Jordan on him. Anytime somebody makes a flub, you always going to get the Jordan. You're going to get the crying Jordan on. That's what's going to happen. That's the first meme that's going to happen.
Oh my God! I just got word and shit like.
What?
Now the rematch is set for this Monday. So when you hear it, it's set for tonight. It's 8 o'clock. Are you coming back for this shit? I think I'm gonna sit this one out. Shit. I'm over it. I don't even care at this point. Yeah, but. So they still gonna try to do this bullshit again, apparently.
I'm gonna go for the comments so I can laugh.
I see. If I'm not doing anything else, I'll come back. If I'm doing something else, I'm not going to make a special point to check this shit out. If I'm not doing shit, yeah, I'll check it out. But if I'm watching some other shit, I might. Who knows? Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh at shits and giggles. I think that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm just over it. Yeah, it's not even funny to me. It's more annoying to me at this point now. Like, y'all doing this bullshit again, really? Now I'm rooting for Babyface. Like, yeah. I'm put Babyface. I'm every time. If I go back, I'm gonna roast the whole time. Like Babyface, like 20-0. Like, it was a blowout. Teddy Riley lost every round of this.
And he better not start off the same way that he did. Like, do something.
Both of them, all of the songs they played, I should be disqualified.
Right. Like, don't
like all because they got 3 songs in each time. Like all 6 of those songs should be disqualified. Y'all should have 20 brand new songs.
Mm-hmm. And don't do that performance again. Because tell you when he came out like doing like his, the show when he came out doing his, his like whatever.
Dancing is like fire those Negroes.
But the memes
I'm coming back for that shit.
The memes were off the chain though. They had sexual chocolate as one of the memes.
I saw they said they compared Teddy the Bird and the Midnight Falcons.
Midnight Falcons.
They said that Babyface was the 5 heartbeats.
Yeah. They just was going in on them.
So Suge Knight with Babyface. Well, yeah, you want to come without all executive producer, all in the video, all on the record. Come to Death Row. Dancing. Y'all remember that Source Awards with Suge buried Bad Boy? That's what kicked off the East Coast, West Coast.
I was the executive producer that
the comment was made about earlier.
Producer there, Faith Evans is looking like, what did I sign up for?
Yeah, that whole thing was a clown show. And then when Death Row wins and they get booed, Snoop Dogg has his rant. Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
With his curls, when he has spiral curls.
What a baseball battle the whole time. It looked like he was about to wail on somebody's head while he's up there. Yeah, that whole thing was a clown.
There's too much going on.
But
we will see what happens with the whole.
I'm over it, man.
I said he won't be back.
I'm considering not. And if I do come back, it's just going to be to root for Babyface. And originally going in, I was Team Teddy Riley, but it's over. Like, he's done to me now. Babyface the whole time, man.
We'll see what happens, because
get him a body bag, is like he says in the Karate Kid.
It definitely did lose a lot of its luster, because, like, if you keep on starting over,
it's just been delayed a couple of times that people aren't even excited. This was like the most anticipated battle to just like a clown show.
Yeah,
now like people either don't care or like you say, you just coming to make fun of the shit. Like nobody cares anymore about it.
Right, I want to go and see the comments because I already know what the comments.
It's either like I said, you either don't give a shit or you just want to make fun of the shit. It's a clown show at this time. It's over. But let's get out of this bullshit.
Out the fun.
Yeah. And let's talk about you saw what they said they're trying to reopen the country back up. I'm trying to pull up the President Trump's 3 phases of reopening the country.
And here's my thing. So you're trying to reopen the country May 1st, which is like less than 2 weeks away. Mm. Because you allegedly think that everything, like, we're flattening the curve, but it's like, if we've been social distancing, that means that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing to stop the spread of it. But if you go back out as Secretary of State,
yeah, and that's what people don't realize. The reason why the curve is flattening because we're staying inside.
Exactly.
My brain surgery. That's why it's flattening.
Like nobody has been under my roof that does not reside here full time. No one has been in my house. No one, but my people who are supposed to be here. I've had no visitors in my home. None. So, you keep on practicing your social distancing. You only go out and get your essentials. if you can minimize doing to like, you know, once a week to do like just your regular shopping. If you want to do like a big haul, like once a month, like if you do like your Sam's Club / Costco run or whatever once a month, do that. Mm-hmm. But just keep that shit to a minimum. Like, don't be out there every day. Like, you know, you don't have the luxury of going to the grocery store every day picking up items after work.
You got to stock up now. Like, that shit is over, that grocery shopping. But the phases, like phase 1, I'm going to read some of these, are like basically kind of where we are now. Like social distance, groups of more than 10 people. Is non-essential travel is still suspended, so like no flying and all of that shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then employers are still encouraging workers to work from home.
Right.
No gathering in common areas at work. Like, so it's basically where we are now. That's what phase 1. And then phase 2, which is where shit gets controversial a little bit. Now this is like phase 2 is saying like if you have public gatherings like no more than 50 people.
No.
It's still a lot to me.
That's a lot of people.
Non-essential travel can resume. They said, "But you're still social distancing though." Like, I'm not getting on a plane like right now.
Just sitting next to people and hell no. Mm-hmm.
And then phase 3 would be like the new normal, where like we get back to where we were, but just like with new guidelines, like you still like not handshaking and keeping your distance. And I don't see how sports like resume or like concerts and stuff like. And
right.
Fest, like I said, Essence Fest was canceled recently, so I don't see how any of that shit resumes. But I don't know about these phases, especially trying to get them done within like
2 weeks or something.
Let's say like May 1st, they open up phase 1, and then the 15th is phase 2. Then phase 3, you back to like June 1st on phase 3. I don't know about that.
Oh, hell no.
That's like,
hell no.
And I get it. Like, and like, it's like not all states are created equal. Like, if this is like for like Wyoming, Alaska, like states like that, they have like almost no deaths. So I get it. I think Wyoming had like 1 coronavirus death this whole time.
And the people there. So it's mostly open fields. It's mostly open fields and stuff like that.
Open fields and Kanye is all that's there. Yeah.
And Kanye.
He ain't even there right now. He's probably like in Calabasas somewhere. I don't even know if he's there right now. Where Kanye is, I ain't seen Kanye right.
Yeah. It's not a lot of if it's not a lot like heavily populated, like Illinois hits it because of Chicago
and Cook County, yeah.
Because outside of Chicago, Illinois is pretty rural.
Yeah,
but
pockets, yeah.
Outside of Chicago, Illinois is pretty rural. But it's like Chicago's so big that Chicago basically, like when people think of Illinois, you think of Chicago. That's how big Chicago is in Illinois. So you know, so like we're a hot spot, but like our governor, thank you, Governor Pritzker, is doing what needs to be done to keep us flattening our curve. And our mayor, Lori Lightfoot, thank you, Lightfoot, she's doing her part as well.
Lori Lightfoot is proven not to be fucked with, basically.
Oh yeah, Lori ain't about the bullshit. She not about that.
Facts.
She was patrolling the streets, like making sure you stay your ass at home. They said that she had people like the police patrol it to make sure you stay at home.
Nobody fucking with Lori Lightfoot. I'm just saying.
But my thing is trying to open up. It's
really just to try to get this economy back going, because the economy has been trashed like for the last month.
And we know what this is about. On the ultimate, in the long run, this is an election year. This is about him trying to get his second term. That's what
momentum going. And think about it. Like, what else happened this week? The stimulus money started coming in for a lot of people.
Yeah,
that's why Trump wants to open the country up so people can go out and spend that money, get that economy back going.
Right.
I'll pay attention to what's going on. Because right after that money hit is when you started hearing this, like, well, we're going to start thinking about when we can reopen. He's trying to get people to go out and spend that stimulus money you sent them.
Yeah, but it's like, but real talk, if you got this stimulus money and your job, the job that you have is not, like you might be temporarily laid off right now, because there is some people who are temporarily laid off.
A lot of people have had to file for unemployment.
And then there's some people that your job security, it might be, it might be uncertainty there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, some jobs might not come back.
So are you really going to go out and spend that $1,200, however much you got? If you were a single person, $1,200, married people, $2,400, and then you get $500 per kid. So it's like, depending on where you stood on that, are you really going to go out and spend that $1,200 just
If the people are like okay, like working at home, like and not haven't been hurt too bad financially, then people might spend the money, and that's what Trump is wanting you to go out and spend.
But if you're on the other side of that, where like you
want people that really like needed that for your essentials, that's a whole like that side is gonna feel it.
Exactly.
But like the people that are still like just self quarantined and then working from home, like that's what Trump is looking at. Like we can get these people out to get the economy back rolling again. We can open it back up. We just sent the money out so they can go out and start spending some of it.
And let's be clear about this. Like for people who are like, yeah, and the government didn't give us any money. You pay taxes. That's your money. Mm-hmm. You pay taxes every time you get paid in your paycheck. Like look at your paycheck and see what you pay for federal. Look what you pay for FICA. Look what you pay to your state taxes. Look at all your deductions on your paycheck. You pay for the stuff. So this is not anything that's given to you. This is stuff that you've already paid into. And
Facts.
This is why you pay into things. You pay into things for it's like insurance. Like you pay all that money into your insurance every month. So then when you have a car accident, boom, you paid into it. Now cash me out. Like my car got totaled.
How about that?
My car got totaled last year.
I've had
and all that time I've been paying in. Mm-hmm. You better believe my insurance company paid me out for it, even though the accident wasn't mine. I filed under my insurance because the other person's insurance was shitty. That's why I did that. But that's why you do stuff like that. You pay into stuff. Like if you look at it's like insurance when you pay your taxes. If you view it more like that, then you won't be getting on this government that the government is giving us. The government ain't giving you shit. You paid for that already. You did. I said, let's get that straight.
Government collects a lot of tax money. They just move some money around. That's all that is.
They do. They collect a lot because, like, when I was looking at what my state taxes, my federal, and my FICA takes out a year, I'm like, damn, y'all take a lot of damn money for me in a year. Y'all take a lot in taxes for me.
Especially like the fucking defense budget is so bloated. They probably took some of that money away. Yeah. You got trillions going for like the defense budget. Like
exactly.
Take a little bit of that and shit. Like, cause America's I think America by itself has more like out of the top 10 countries that spend on defense, America by itself is the other 9 combined don't spend as much on defense as America. That's how much money America spends on military. Like just
but we don't have money but we don't have money for healthcare, for universal healthcare. We don't have money for universal tuition for
free college.
Free college. We don't got money for that. You know what I mean? It's
But when this happened, you were able to find $2 trillion. I'm just saying.
Well, as they always say to us as people, like, do you know how? Can you budget your money better? Can you drink coffee at home? Can you do this? Like they always tell us how to spend our money. Like, yeah, why don't you brown bag your lunch? Why don't you drink coffee at home?
Pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Thank you. Why don't you carpool? Why don't you carpool? Like, they always like have like an expression, have like a solution for us, but it's like y'all doing some stuff too. But it's like as citizens, we need to start looking at us being the ones in control. Like, even though like, okay, the 1/2% they control because they have the majority of the wealth. They have all the wealth. But we, the people, we're your workers.
Facts.
And we're seeing that. All these big time corporations, we want to get you guys back to work. So you're willing to risk and sacrifice tens of thousands of people to get this economy back. Tens of thousands of people could die. And you're willing to sacrifice these lives? You're willing to do that to make some money? Or would you rather just be like, let's be a little more cautious and everything? And like, if we take like an extra like month or so just to get this thing right, and then we can save these lives. And then once we go back, then we have healthier people. We have people who are in a better mindset. Because like, think about like, even if you are physically healthy, like, mentally, your mental
health
state
is real.
Mentally, like you're going through it mentally right now. We've never seen a pandemic like this in our lifetime.
It's the first time it's ever happened. Like I said, the last time something like this happened was the 1918 flu.
The Spanish flu, yes.
And that was over 100 years ago.
Like I said, I've been looking.
You see a lot of similarities, like to this. Like I said, like history repeats itself. It's a very lot of similarities.
About 100 years later, almost to the day, 100 years later, repeated. And like the way that when they talked about how Philadelphia got that second wave because like after they were
didn't
like,
take it serious.
It's over with. We've passed the worst part of it. So people were out on the street celebrating.
Whereas St. Louis, like they stayed inside, so like nobody else got sick with them. Whereas Philly was just out like living their best life, like Duval.
Yeah, let's celebrate because like we've gotten the worst of it out the way. So we're gonna go out and have a big celebration.
It would be Philly to do something like that.
Why are you having a celebration after? Like having a celebration like that.
Only place more ridiculous to do something like that would have been like if Florida had done it, because like they're as a whole they're ridiculous.
Which they are kind of doing now because
they kind of doing because that's what Trump is, leaving this up to the governors. He said he's not going to mandate that. He said, but if your governor wants to open your state back up on May 1st, they can. That's what he's saying. Like most governors, like JB, are smarter than that. But Trump is saying,
like, nope.
He's putting it in the governor's hands, which, like I said, I'm not mad at that because, like I said, if you're the governor of Wyoming, you might be ready to open your state back up. But but Illinois, you're not going to open shit back up.
I feel that that's a slippery slope, though, that Trump is doing because I feel like just the way that Trump's mind works, and I'm being honest, like Trumpeteers, you guys can call me out if you think that I'm wrong, but I speak facts.
Or as I like to call them, tiki torchers.
I call them Trumpeteers. Because they blow bullshit. That's what they do. They blow bullshit. So
I used to play the trumpet, so I'm just go ahead.
No, but you were actually a real trumpeter. I'm saying it in a sarcastic way about them.
Shit. Go ahead.
I know. But it's like with these trumpeteers, or like you said, your tiki torchers, like I feel like with him doing that, saying, "Oh, governors, it's up to you." Because like
that way, if this blows up in his face,
it absolves him. It absolves him. That's what it washes his hands a bit.
I never said to open your state back up. I said,
and I think that's just so. I think that's so shitty for him to do that.
He's putting it in the governor's court. So
but we're the United States, because even J.B. Pritzker was like, we're the United States. And
Barack said it in 2004. We're not red states. We're not blue states. We're the United States. And that's what got people started noticing them then because of that speech.
And when you look at the United States, it's like, yes, it's a reason why each government has their own, each state has their own governor, because it's levels. Like we said, it's local, it's the state level, then it's the national level.
Yeah, local level, you got Mayor Lori Lightfoot and your city council.
Your alderman, all that stuff. Yeah,
and then the next level would be like you said, state government, where you have then you have your state representatives and all of that a part of that. Right. And then comes the federal government, where you have the president and then the Senate and the House of Representatives. It's levels, like
and all that.
It's different levels to all of that. Like it's local. Shout out Miss Gibbs. I learned all that shit in her class back at Robert.
The president is not like the president is the president of the was it 270 million Americans, something like that? It's
something like that.
Yeah, he's the president of all of us.
Not only 50 states, but also the 5 territories.
The U.S. territories. Yeah,
the president of all of those too.
But you just can't be like, if I'm having a problem with if somebody isn't like I think that they need to put don't walk in the crosswalk up here, like, because it's a big main street not too far from my house. And I think they need to put when pedestrians they need to put one of those right there, because it's hard to cross that street up there.
Yeah, don't walk sign.
Yeah. I'm not going to call the president to do that. That's not a presidential problem. That's an alderman problem.
Yeah, your city council up. Yeah,
that's when I go to my alderman. Like, you need to address this. That's why we say there's levels to it. Like, you don't just start at the top and work your way down. You go up. And if it's something that does require a national attention, then a national attention will be brought to it. But I just think it's real shitty that he did it like that, because now you're trying to completely absolve yourself of anything that goes
on.
So
if this blows up in your face, you could say, hey.
Which it very well may. Because with some of
these, Shaggy, that shit was that Shaggy, wasn't me. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to do a bit about that. Put it wasn't me. Put Trump. It wasn't me. Put Trump in there. Somebody please, Photoshop his face.
Edit out Shaggy's voice and put Trump's voice in there.
And then put it wasn't me with him doing that.
Wasn't me. To get Alec Baldwin to do it, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, but I just think that's really shitty that he's saying it like that, because it's like, especially in these Trump country states, they can't wait to get back. So like they're pressing their governor to open back up. Mm-hmm. They go out. They're going to be out there having their rallies because Trump has said that he's going to go back to having his rallies. These people go have their rallies. What if this COVID spreads?
10,000 people show up and then y'all all get it.
And y'all get it. And then if that happens, then he can point the finger and be like, well, he opened it up. I said that.
Governor. I didn't say to open up. I said it's up to the governor. I didn't tell him to open it up. That's really, like we always say that a good leader takes responsibility for everyone. A poor leader points and places the blame on everybody. And then when something does go right, they take all the credit and say, I did this. Whereas a good leader does the opposite. They say, and if something goes wrong, a good leader takes the blame for it. Say,
I did it. It's me. It rests on my shoulders. That's what they said.
It's all on me. Yeah.
It rests on my shoulders. That's what a good leader does. Mm-hmm. But Trump has proven before he's not a good leader. He's not. Like, convince me otherwise.
Yeah.
I ask people, like, convince me otherwise. Like, look at the I'm not even going about.
Which what really sucks about this upcoming election, because I'm not excited about Joe Biden's old ass either. Hey, come on, man. Hey, Joe like 80 or something like that. He wants to vote for an 80-year-old president.
They're septuagenarians. Both of them are septuagenarians. So, yeah.
Joe was like damn near 80. He got to be like 78 at this point.
He's like 77, something like that, yeah.
Like I'm
Trump
not
is
excited.
Like 74, I think 73
something
or 4.
Like that. I know, yeah.
They're old. Like both 70s. Of them are like very old.
Joe is pushing 80. Trump, I know, is like in his mid 70s. Like Joe is damn near 80.
I'm they're not excited about it. But yeah, it's like the thing that I see that Biden is trying to do, because I think that maybe, but like a lot of like Bernie Sanders / Elizabeth Warren supporters are saying that it's just a ploy for him to just try to siphon off some of our votes, because he's talking about the debt forgiveness, about the loan forgiveness.
He definitely needs something, because like right now he got nothing going on. I'm surprised that he won. He basically won the de facto nomination. Like, I'm surprised because, like, think about this time, like before Super Tuesday, his campaign was dead in the water.
Yeah, it was.
He had nothing going. Then Super Tuesday, he just like gained a wave of momentum. And not to mention all those other candidates dropped out. That helped him too. And like most of them, it was like the fix was in. They all endorsed him. Like every one by one, they kept dropping out.
This is the analogy he did. Like he was down and out, and then he popped by with this.
He ate some spinach. That's what he did. All those other people dropping out were like spinach, like because they kept dropping out one by like Mayor Pete dropped out. I'm endorsing Biden. Cory Booker, I'm endorsing Biden. Like all of them one by one just kept dropping out and throwing it. So Elizabeth Warren, she did it. I'm supporting Biden. They all like dropped out and threw their support.
And the way that, and I'm wondering like if it's more to the
Andrew Yang, like all of those, every one of them did it.
I'm wondering more about Elizabeth Warren because on the Instagram post that Biden has, the way that he worded his support from Elizabeth Warren, but the way that it was worded, the context, it looked like he was maybe like people was like, wait a minute, is she going to be your VP? Because the way that it was
kind of
worded,
let the cat out of the bag.
Like it was worded very that in between where like it looked like, if you just first read it, you're like, okay, like, he's saying that Elizabeth Warren is supporting, but then when you look back and read it again, you're like, wait, is he saying that she's officially his vice president? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it left like the way that I think that was done by design. I think that it was done to just keep you guessing, to keep to keep tongues wagging about that. I think that was done on purpose.
I believe he will pick a woman. Like I was thinking Kamala Harris. I thought he was gonna pick a woman of color. Is what I was thinking, like to get the black vote and the women vote.
And then people were saying Stacey Abrams too. Some people were saying her.
That name I heard. I don't know if
I
don't know if you would pick her, but yeah, I did hear her name. Yeah. And then like the dumbest one we talked about was people saying Michelle Obama. Saying Michelle Obama is not running. She's definitely not running.
She has no interest. But my thing is that right now Biden needs to be acting now, because it's like we are in the middle of yes, it is an election season. Like we are in the middle of a pandemic, but
you need to act presidential.
You need to act presidential right now. You need to come in and under my watch, if I was president, this is how I would do things. If I was president, this is how I would execute. Because Trump has proven before Like, even though he wants to, like, he shirks himself of any responsibility. Like, when you point out to him, like, what did you do for a whole month? Like, you lost a whole month saying that this was a hoax. You did nothing for a whole month because you just said it was a hoax. You said it was a hoax by the Democrat Party.
He's the ultimate of basically like saying shit and then immediately making a 180. Hey,
yeah, he's Rick James. I didn't put my feet on his couch. I put my feet on his couch.
He's the ultimate of that shit.
What it was. And like, you could have the clip of him. You could have the transcript.
He just say it's fake news. If you play the clip, then he just say it's fake news. He's the ultimate.
You said this 2 weeks ago, and then he gets completely
that's fake. Like, that's fake news. Yeah,
you're from a fake station. You're from and even whatchamacallit, a reporter from Fox News even was challenging him at one of those conferences. But she was saying, well, you son. And then even he told her that, well, your question is just very nasty. Like, every time you ask him a question that he doesn't like, your question is nasty. Mm-hmm. You're nasty. You're nasty. You're fake. Mm-hmm. You're fake. You're from a fake news source, so I'm not going to even talk to you. Mm-hmm. No, you can't do that. Like, you can't just pick and choose people who are like, oh, yes, you're great. You just can't pick and choose yes men. Because ultimately, if you only keep yourself surrounded by yes men, you're going to end up failing. Because yes men have no spine. They're afraid of you. They're not going to tell you the truth. They're just going to go with everything you say. And then when your ship is about to sink completely, what are you going to do then? Mm. Yes men are not going to be able to pull you out of a sinking ship. They're just going to be like, well, the water around here, well, yeah, the water looks good. The water looks good. Yeah, it does. It looks very good. They're not going to do anything. So you need to surround yourself with people who can tell you about yourself.
Who will challenge you. I need people that are going to keep me real and shit. I hate yes men. That's like one thing I can't stand.
But that's what Trump wants.
I don't need somebody telling me I'm right all the time, especially if you know I suck and you telling me I'm good. Like, tell me I suck. That's not going
to develop me.
Yeah.
That's going to hinder my growth as a person, and I'm going to be severely, underdeveloped. Severely. And when shit does hit the fan, what's going to happen? But the funniest thing that I saw it's funny and tragic all to say how stupid these people are. I happened to watch a video with Kellyanne Conway, the Crip Keeper.
Kellyanne Conway, I did hear what she did. Yeah, go ahead.
And first of all, this lady looks like the Crypt Keeper. I know that that's irrelevant to what I'm talking about, but I just wanted to talk about her looking like the Crypt Keeper. But she went on the news saying about how they've done everything that they're supposed to do for COVID-19, because she was like, this isn't COVID-1, this is
COVID-19. But what you don't realize is COVID-19, that means like coronavirus 2019, basically is what that means.
And when she said that, my face just went pause. I'm like, it's not counting like 1, 2, 3. No, it's counting the year it came out. COVID-19 means that this came out in 2. And I'm like, and this is the people that we have in charge. We are fucked. If this is who we have in charge, we are fucked.
What is Charlemagne compared to I think he gave her donkey of the day for this shit. And he said it's not Jordans and shit.
Right.
Like Jordan 1, Jordan 2, like it's not Jordans and shit, like with Jordan 19 and shit.
It's like not Star Wars episode 10,
it's not Star Wars. Where it's not like, I got these Jordan 19s. It's not like that.
You know it was Jordan 19. Come on. This bitch thought these was Jordans.
Like it was Jordans. I got the 11s. I got these 19s, dog.
As soon as she said, this isn't COVID-1, it's COVID-19. She said it with so much confidence in her voice. And whoever it is, like, if I was the reporter, I would be like, COVID-19. I would have
that's when they discovered that particular strand of coronavirus was 2019.
But the fact that they just let that ride, I'm like, so you guys are just letting this ride, this stupidity. And the people who are listening, like the tiki torches, as you say, they're like, yeah, that's right. They're listening and they're fired up because they don't know. They're stupid. They don't know.
It's and we America. Fuck
ignorance is bliss. Mm-hmm. They're ignorant. And the funniest one I saw, and I posted this on my page, on my Facebook, I posted this because it was a meme. And then I wrote, define oxymoron, see image below. It was a guy who was at, because like in these states where it's heavy Trump supporters, mm-hmm. They're out there protesting, and they're protesting in droves saying, pushing for the governor to open back up the state. And right. People are out there protesting heavy. Uh-huh. And it was one guy and it was one guy, and this is why it stood out. It was a guy holding a sign that says, COVID-19 is a lie. but he has on protective gear from head to toe. He has on the shield, the helmet shield, the mask, he has he's covering like a ray. He's covered from head to toe, but he has a sign saying COVID-19
like
is alive.
Doc Brown in Back to the Future with the
yes, that's how he looks it up. Like that's an oxymoron. So you can't be in protective gear with a sign that says COVID-19.
I commented on that. I said that's like the people talking about the 5G towers causing coronavirus, but you posted from your 5G phones. Shut the fuck up. So you know you're using 5G to post this shit, right?
And then that's why I said, and then I put emphasis on the word moron too. Keep that in my oxymoron. Mm-hmm. It's a double entendre right there. That's a double.
So you want to shift gears to a statement that somebody said might be a moron. This person right here. Let's talk about Ms. Nicole Ari Parker. Yeah, a lot of people saying pulled an Ayesha Curry. Because she recently, I don't know where this interview was from, but she was talking about
the team light skin failed.
I said, hey, Red Bone Table Talk. Like, look back at that episode. It's in our archives. Red Bone. We had this conversation before, but she basically her and Boris, like she's married to Boris Kodjoe. For those that don't know, they wanted the popular black couples that people like, Nicole and Boris.
Black love.
She was basically saying that she misses like the dating phase of there. Like a lot of people took out of context what she said. So I have I have her actual comment right here and read that I wish he was my boyfriend again. I don't necessarily want to be single, but I miss the single life. I miss the text messages for no reason. I miss him coming up behind me while I'm scrambling there and just kiss me on the back of my neck. Like she was basically just saying the cute stuff that you did when you were dating, he don't really do anymore.
Yeah,
but like people took the clickbait of that, says like Nicole, I probably wishes she was single again. And that's what people took that and ran with it. And like my whole thing with like that is like you don't have to make those comments in public. Just like with Ayesha Curry, I think I said the same thing. Is you because it's a lot of thirsty motherfuckers out there and shit that are gonna slide all slide all in the DMs right now. Like say my shit name, they say he's a fool. Well, if he was mine, I would never do that.
I hate that. If he was mine, that's the worst.
All in Nicole's DMs, like all over that.
That's the worst thing. I hate that life. He was mine.
Worse for you. Like you don't realize what he got. But so you just created a whole new wave of that bullshit coming. Like, and now he got to worry about that.
My thing is,
you got to worry about Ken. First, I'm not romancing them, but now you got like 10,000 thirsty motherfuckers in your box now too.
You got Joe Slide and said, "I want to know what turns you on." Huh? You got Joe Slide in.
Joe, not figured.
I do all the things your man won't do.
The actual Joe.
That's the big rich. Oh, that's not romantic. Never mind.
I don't want to be a player no more.
I miss power. But no, though. My thing is, in the society that we live in now, you do just have to almost like think ahead before you speak, because it's like everything is now about the sound bites now. So it's like you could do a whole 10-minute interview, but then if you just have a 20-second clip of me saying something like that,
like the whole Ayesha Curry, like that Red Table Talk, was like that's like an hour-long interview, and then that was like 20 seconds, like what she said with that one line that people took that and ran with it. It was like an hour-long interview.
And that's what you focused on. You're going to focus on that, that one sound bite, that one clip. That, oh, you want to be single. That's not what she's saying. Like, I get, like, as a married person, like when you are in the dating phase, you're courting somebody. Mm-hmm. So when you're courting them, you are pulling out all the stops. You're doing a lot because like you want to seal this deal. Like it's like you go to a job interview. You ain't got the job yet. You're a top prospect and you probably are going to get the job. But until you get the job, you ain't got the job.
Yep. So you have a signed contract in your hand. You don't have.
You want to get the job. So you're going to do everything you can to get the job. Once you get the job, even when you first get the job, you may even still show up 20 minutes early for work. Come in, I work through my lunch break. And you do extra stuff. But then as you bed your job more and more, you're not going to be coming in 20 minutes early every day. Mm-hmm. You're not going to work through your lunch. You might even take an extra long lunch.
Mm-hmm.
You might clock out for personal business. You might take care of personal business on company time.
Yeah, we playing around and where, like, say, you watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. You start doing is like
right. It doesn't mean that you like your job any less, or that you're not grateful and fortunate to have your job that you have, because jobs are hard to come by. Mm-hmm. Good jobs are hard to come by. If you find your dream job, see the analogies I'm using, and just replace job with partner.
Yep.
Just replace. Good partners are hard to find.
We ain't new at this shit. Even though it's the second time we're doing this, we're not new at this shit.
But like I said, this is coming from a married person. Like, I've been with Marcus for 11 years. We've been together 11 years. We've been married. This is year 7 for us that we've been married. We'll be celebrating 7 years in October that we've been married. But it's like,
I think Nicole and Boris been together like close to 20, married like maybe 15, something like that.
Right. Yeah. Like, as you're with somebody, things change in a marriage, like, especially like once you start having children, and children are involved, because now children are the center of you guys, because it's like, these people are totally dependent on you. So you just can't leave your kids to fend for themselves. Mm-hmm. They're dependent on you. Your kids look to you for everything. So you guys have to center everything around, but then you still have to find the time for you guys, because you don't want to become that couple where it's like, we just only talk about kids and work and bills, and then we just do nothing with each other. That's how the breakups happen. Like, when you grow apart, that's how that happens. Mm-hmm. So you got to find that balance. Like, you got to find a way to balance it and do things. Like, one thing that, like I said, Marcus and obviously, like I said, we're doing a little bit less because, like, we're home all the time now. We're around each other because of the quarantine.
Yeah. But like I said, a lot of couples are learning a lot about each other during this time.
But when we were away from each other, when we were working away from each other, like, at random, Marcus would send me like dumb texts and like little stuff that made me laugh. Like, if he found like a funny meme, he would send me a funny meme, and like, I would laugh, so he said, or people
everybody's sending Teddy Riley memes now.
Or if it's like a cute thing, like, like an R&B song, like back in the day, like, it's remind me of you, just sending like little, like, it's little things like that may brighten your person's day. And sending a text message that costs nothing. Text messages literally are free. They literally are. So like a little gesture like that. Or like, if you're somewhere and like, they have like I said, I like Ferrero Rocher candies. I like turtle candies. Marcus has picked up a Ferrero Rocher just for me, just because. Like, just little tiny things like that it's about the gesture versus the cost of stuff, because you don't have to rent out Madison Square Garden and have John Legend play. I just think like this like over the top.
You gotta buy her.
You don't have to do that.
Car. You ain't gotta buy her a new car.
I just really went like a Tyler Perry movie on that, right? Like, ran out Madison Square. You don't have to do that.
Shit, there, real talk.
You don't have to do
Tyler Perry movie starring Boris Kojo and Nicole Ari.
Have you still my idea? I want you to run me my money, Tyler, if you listen to this podcast.
You have the actual John Legend with the two of them in the scene. Make that shit happen.
Walking on cloud nine, singing that.
All of me, of all of you.
But you don't have to do that. You don't have to go and do all the extra, but it's just the little things, because like I said, it's very common to get comfortable, and it happens so quickly. Like, you've been with somebody 10, 15, 20 years.
Easy to take somebody for granted.
You can get comfortable.
Very easy to take somebody for granted.
And like, just even the simple, like I said, like women like like when you guys were just dating, you got the good morning beautiful. You got the good morning beautiful text. Mm-hmm. You got that. You married, you're not getting the good morning beautiful text. You're not getting that now.
You get used to somebody.
But it is like just common to do that. Like I said, and I get what the message was, but but people, like we said, we live in the soundbite era where people just go in and they just listen.
She got buried after that shit. I was like, well, like, she didn't really say that she didn't want to be married. Like, the whole time it was just like she misses little shit he did when they were dating.
Because who doesn't want Boris Kojo? I'm just saying, ladies out there, you ladies agree with me. I know the ladies listening agree. Who doesn't want Boris Kojo? I'm just saying. That's your husband. You waking up. This is who you waking up to. Mr. Well, that wig that he had in that Tyler Perry movie was bad. That afro, that Steve Harvey afro he had was bad. But that's what you're waking up to. So, I mean, I get what she was trying to say. I get what, but
she misses the cute shit.
It's just just take the time and just be with your lady and do stuff. But a person who definitely is in the court and the cute stuff. Congratulations is going out to Jeannie Mai and Jeezy. They got engaged.
I think we're gonna call them Jeezy Mai is what I want to call them now. Jeezy Mai. The couples gotta have names. Like, yeah. They gotta have
names. But I mean, I do like I've been watching her stuff for a while. Like I follow her video show Hello Honey. I follow that because like her mom is like so cute. Her mom is so adorable. Like just her relationship and her mom she's funny. Like she's really funny. Her mom. So I've
been a fan of Jesus since around 2006. Thug Motivation 101. Like I've been a fan since that album. So yeah.
So Jeezy pulled out all the stops when he proposed. Like JD told the whole story. Like basically, long story short, at Christmas time they had said that they were supposed to be going to Vietnam during this time period. But because quarantine, you can't fly nowhere.
Plans changed.
She was going to take him and show him like the whole island of Vietnam from the southernmost point to the most northern point.
Teach him about her culture.
About her culture, right? Because she's Vietnamese, and she was going to teach him about her culture and everything. But because they couldn't go, on date night, she was like, when she went over to his house, she was like, he brought Vietnam to her. Like he had everything, the silk lanterns, he had the Vietnamese dishes. He had set up everything like Vietnam for her inside his apartment. And then she was like, the killer thing that got her, she was like, he put up pictures of all the different cities that they were going to go visit. And then he photoshopped them into it. Nice. He photoshopped like pictures of them into it. So basically it was them, like they like showing them traveling to
what they would have been doing right now had it not been for this quarantine.
And then she said, she was like, next thing she knows, and she was like, then she was like, he had the ring out and then he proposed. And then as she said, that's when it clicked to her. She was like, he was always going to propose to me. He was going to propose to me in Vietnam. That was his plan. But because, like I said, things change, but you just gotta go and do your plan B. So I say congratulations to them. I'm happy that, finding love after 40 because like they're both over 40. He's 42. I think she's 41 and she went through a divorce and everything. I'm not sure about what his romantic past was really. Like I'm not sure.
I remember Jeezy dating Keisha Cole briefly.
For like a hot second. For like really a hot second.
Like, a cup of coffee and shit.
Literally a hot second.
Yeah.
Couples people forgot about.
Jeezy and Keisha Cole couples nobody remembers. There you go.
Right. But like I said, I know like her backstory, like I said, because like she was married and she got divorced. So like dating after a divorce, like I said, I have a friend who did.
You got a friend that's going through that now.
He's going through that now, and finding love after a divorce.
I'm rooting for her. Like she deserves to be happy. She's been through a lot. I'm rooting.
Yeah, I'm rooting for her too. This my homie since we was like 10 years old. So like I'm definitely one of my day ones. So I'm definitely rooting for her to be happy. But
I got one more story for you. Unless were you still talking about Jeezy and
I was just saying that, like find your path and like fellas, like I said about the stay in your lane thing again. Don't look at Jeezy and see because Jeezy's rich. You don't have that,
Jeezy been in the game like damn near 20
You don't have
years.
that you don't have the resources.
You've been around a long time.
When they say about singers, you don't have the range. For singers who can't hit the notes, you don't have the resources. You don't have the money to do what Jeezy did. So stay in your lane. You can still do stuff with your lady.
Stick to using your phone and then playing your songs off of laptop. Like don't have a whole production team that don't know what the hell they're doing in the room. Because that can backfire as we see. Teddy Riley tried to do too much, but he didn't have the money. He's like one of them dudes that trying to do too much. Like that's what it was. To try to pull like Jeezy and now you're broke. Like Teddy Riley was broke for that. See, that's what he was like.
That's hilarious.
It all comes back to Teddy Riley. Well, finally, I got one more story. One of my favorite nemesis is the NCAA. So we're gonna shit on this right now.
That's
Shout
your
out to the California high school star Jalen Green. He made the #1 for ESPN's top 100 high school prospects, which means had during the normal route, he probably would have been the #1 pick for next year's draft 2021. But he ain't doing that. He's like, I'm going straight to the G League. I'm not going to college. He's taking a G League route. And they're saying sources say that he could make $500,000 from the G League doing this.
What?
Make $500,000. So
the G League had that. I didn't know the G League had that.
I guess so. Yeah. So G League and $500,000 versus NCAA 0. Hey, you make your choice.
And they make money off of you because they're gonna sell your image or shit.
Make billions, $1 billion industry. With a B.
Gonna sell your likeness.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why LeBron James, he took control of his destiny. And that's why, like I said, everything that LeBron has done off the court, I respect. Everything that he's done, his whole business mindset, I respect everything that man does as a businessman. Because the way that he, took control, nope, you guys are using my image. You guys are getting paid. Imagine, those shirts. They was probably making $20 a pop off of shirts with LeBron's picture on it back then. Because this was, LeBron was, what was that, 2003? Yeah, when he went in,
Mm-hmm.
So this was, almost 20 years ago. So
and
it's
LeBron wouldn't get none of that. He was like, okay.
So they was probably making, $20 a pop. Easy on those T-shirts. Easy.
Yeah.
And you looking at that, and you seeing people make $20 a shirt off of me, and I'm not getting none of that?
I'm selling out arenas as a high school player. Arenas.
And I'm living in the project. I was a kid from the projects of Akron. So
these wasn't no high school gyms. He was selling out. They were selling out arenas with his games. Yeah.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that this young man, I say,
I'm rooting for him. I hope he turns into another LeBron or a top guy like that, because then other top prospects will look like, I think I'm gonna go for the G League. Get some money right now and then jump to the NBA from the G League instead of jumping. And hope just being selfish, I hope the Windy City Bulls are the team that get him. I'm just saying, gotta root for him. Hope that they the ones that get him. So Windy City Bulls, you better go get Jalen Green somehow. Find a way to make that happen.
Yep. And if it opens her up, we can go to the game, but we can social distance at the game.
Absolutely, yeah.
But he should do that because, like we said, just show that there are other options out there,
and I hope that Adam Silver finally does get rid of that one and done bullshit. He talked about suspending that, saying that he's gonna start allowing high school stars back in the draft again. But David Stern is the one who put that in place years ago.
People
after
shout
LeBron.
Out,
it's after
shout
LeBron.
Ben Simmons. It's he's like, I didn't even go to school.
Simmons straight up, he's like, I'm just here to play ball. Said after the holiday break, never went to class again. Because he only just went to class just enough to keep from getting off the team in the first semester.
Right.
Second semester, you don't give a shit. It's basketball ends in March. So you don't care if you're academically on probation after that. After March, I'm not coming to school ever again anyway. So, I don't give a shit about grades after the new year.
In June, I'm in the draft.
Yeah, and I'll be drafted in June. Be a millionaire this summer and shit. So think I give a shit about going to class? It's dude kept it 100.
But it just shows that if you do control, as people, that's what we need to do. We need to start waking up as people, as U.S. citizens, wake up. Control our destiny because you control it. And like I said, you gotta go and you gotta watch the movie They Live.
Hey, Roddy Piper and Keith David.
Roddy Piper and
Keith. All-time classic.
Marcus and I kid you not, Marcus and I were watching this last Saturday because Marcus, I think it's streaming somewhere because Marcus found it on the TV and then he put it on. And we were watching it. It was 1 a.m. We were watching They Live at 1 a.m. last Saturday.
Here to chew bubble gum and kick ass.
Yeah.
And I'm all out of bubble gum.
But it does show that you do have to control, because if you control your destiny, if we as the people, we start voting for our personal interests.
That's what I'm voting
and start taking control.
You're not getting then again, I've been like that for years. Like I said, I've been independent since 2004.
Rather than just looking I'm a libertarian, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat.
Vote a straight Democratic ticket or a straight Republican ticket. No, vote for your interests.
Yeah, look and see what the interests are. it would be asinine of me to vote against, like if they're like, they want to raise property taxes and get rid of all child care.
Mm-hmm.
That would be asinine for me to vote for something like that. Why would I vote for that?
Thanks.
That directly affects me. Why would I vote for that?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I say yes for that? Or eliminate health care? Why would I vote for that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't carry
if they want to tax entertainers more and like that, like if they want to, like, why would I vote for that shit?
Why would I vote for that? Right.
I'm voting for my own interest,
vote
man.
For your interests. Look at what the interests are and vote for that. And when you start voting for your interests, that's when you're going to start seeing that shift in control, because right now it's still being catered to the big dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, us people, like I said, occasionally, we get a little pee. Like they throw some crumbs our way occasionally.
Hey, read your Constitution. First 3 words in it: we the people.
The people.
And
you get your little crumbs just to maintain you. Getting your crumbs thrown at you is the equivalent of a guy giving a girl a ring after 20 years of dating just to shut her up. Mm-hmm. That's the equivalent of that when they throw the crumbs at you. Here's your crumbs. Be quiet. And then you just maintain status quo because you don't want to rock the boat. You just keep it going. But it's time for us to rock this boat. Let's rock it, guys. Let's rock it.
And let's wrap this shit up for the second time.
Take 2.
Yes. Take 2 for real. But I appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. We pulled a Teddy Riley. I think I might call it that. Episode 151. Pulling a Teddy Riley or some shit like that.
Shit happens.
But definitely appreciate you supporting us. You want to support us further, we got several ways to do that. You can like our Facebook fan page, Not Another Damn Podcast. Get at that. Also subscribe, share, rate, review all of your platforms. You have Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, Tasha.
We're going to get back together with you. She was supposed to be on. We're going to get back over there as soon as all this bullshit is over. We will hook up with Miss Tasha. Also, your Amazon Alexa devices. And you can get at us on YouTube. Video coming soon. It's audio only right now. It means that's a work in progress when I say soon. That means eventually. Also, eventually, I'm going to talk about my OzRadio.net in a minute. But follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook. OzRadio.net, work in progress as well. That's getting there. I got to work on it a little bit during the quarantine because I've had a little bit more time. And also, you went to 90s and 2K classics, got some good Teddy Riley and Babyface. To put a playlist together with just all of their stuff together. That would be like make the battle for them. Go to OzRadio.net, the bomb. I give you the link and you can actually hear the music there.
Petty. And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, STR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, STR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. New ones are coming soon, I promise.
There you go.
And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
There it is. I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And we will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.